Hello, hello. Good morning, and my name is Chigozie. This is Breakfast with the Lord, and today we'll be talking about things that are very important that people don't even talk about before getting into marriage. And most times, people focus on the emotions, like asking you, "What's your favorite color? Have you eaten?" Or talking about butterflies, how you feel about your partner, how you can sleep or live without them, and how you're gonna take them around the world. Um, these are beautiful but not important in to an extent. It is important to an extent, but the solid things that are needed in a relationship is being overlooked. Nobody talks about the finances during the courtship. How do we sustain this relationship? How do we sustain this marriage? And what are the plans in place? How do we take care of our bills? How do we send our kids to the best school? Nobody talks about the spiritual aspect of marriage. Well, they only talk about the emotions, how I'm feeling, and all that. They are all important. Let me tell you something. If you don't prepare yourself financially for marriage, that marriage will suffer. When you are hungry, I'm not talking about emotion. When you are hungry or your child is not being taken care of, there's no food for your child can afford, you can't afford to pay your child's school fee. All those emotions will fly out. You won't remember what's your wife's favorite color at that point. So there should be solid preparation. I don't mean you have to get your life all figured out or have everything that it takes, but at least have someone who has potential, who has a vision to work with. Don't just work with your emotion alone. That cannot sustain a relationship or a family. I see sometimes people help people to get married, pay for the wedding and all that. It's good when we get support, but the question I ask, are people gonna help you to sustain that home, feeding your family, sending your child to school? So it's important that someone should have something doing first, at least have a source of income to sustain the family. Because you're not gonna keep calling people to pay your rent, feed your child, it's being irresponsible. Have at least something doing. Both sides, both for the girl, both for the boy. Then nobody talks about investment. How do we invest our money? So there won't be conflict of interest. Because if A wants to invest the money to help the family, and B wants to spend the money shopping and all that, that's conflict of interest. There should be an agreement. How do we spend the money? And if all these things are not addressed prior to settling down, that's how problems start to creep up in a relationship. So this should be dealt with. This should be discussed thoroughly so that both of you will be on the same page. And it's okay to declare what you have. At least your partner will know your financial capacity. Both of you should be on the same page. Because you can assume, you're going to marry someone. You don't know what's their capacity. The other person may be assuming that you have it all, whereas you don't have it all. You're always struggling. And then when they expect you to perform or to solve financial problems, you are not able to come up. She'll be thinking, or he will be thinking, oh, you have this money, but you don't want to bring it out. So that will, make the other person to feel bad or bitter that either you're stingy, but in reality, you don't even have that money. So it's okay to bring everything, bring your debt, bring your assets, and then talk about it so you all will know. So nobody's assuming that, you know, there's money somewhere, whereas there's no money that anywhere at all. Then you have to lay down, how do you all plan, make financial planning about how do you make financial planning? How do you all pay your bills? How do you all take care of things that needs to be taken care of? You prioritize what is important. This is the money set out for bill. This is money set out for vacation. This is money set out for this. It helps the family so that you don't misplace your priorities, and then at the end of the day you all are struggling, because if you use the money you're going to use to pay your child's school fees or pay for your rent or to go drink or club, that's misplaced priority. So when you take care of the essential one, then whatever that is left, you all can still have fun with it. So it's important to plan. It's important to prepare financially for this. So get you someone who is ready to talk about finances prior to getting married. And I can tell you there are a lot of issues that comes up in a relationship. 50 or 60% of it, they are as a result of inadequate finances or financial problems, because it was never addressed. It was being assumed. So I just need these young folks coming up to turn the table around. Some people, their partner don't even know what they make. It's hidden. I feel like marriage, it shouldn't be so. Both of you are one, so you should be transparent. And when you see family where they are transparent, things kind of flourish. But you have to understand your partner though. It doesn't work for everyone. If separate accounts is what works best for you guys, fine and good, so long as there is peace in the home. That's cool. But I feel like if you're loving someone, why should you hide your finances? Why should you hide stuff? Keep yourself open. Let the other person know what you're earning. Let this, it makes life easier. If your partner knows you're earning this, she's not gonna demand more than that. But if she feels like you are earning more, but in reality you're not earning more, and you are hiding stuff because you don't want her to know what you're making, because some people, they feel so inferior, or because they want to be whoever they want to be, they don't want to be open to tell, this is who I am, this is what I'm making. So the partner will assume that, oh, he's rich, so he should be able to foot some bills. But that's not the truth. He may also be struggling, but because there's no clarity from day one go, it's gonna be very hard to manage. So people should be very open about their finances. Very important. Nothing should be assumed. It should be brought to the table and it should be addressed properly. So some people, they tell lies about their finances. Maybe they want to attract the girl, then they start to live above their means, and you forgot that this is someone you're going to live with for the rest of your life. Do you have to tell all those lies or play games in order to get somebody? How long are you going to play that game? Be honest about things. These are the things that shake the foundations of every family, and you don't want that to be your portion. So we have to be wise and do better in terms of our finances. And then the spiritual aspect of the finance, spiritual aspect. Nobody talks about the spiritual aspect of a family. Who lives in prayer? When do we fast in a family? What do we give to church? How do we pay our tithes? Nobody talks about it. We assume like, once we get married, of course, we go to church and all that. This should be discussed so that you be on the same page with your partner. Some people don't believe in paying tithe, while some people do believe it. So there won't be conflict, there won't be trouble. When you know what your your partner wants, it makes it easier before going into marriage. But when you assume, oh, my partner should know that 10% goes to God. No, not everybody believes in that. We all struggle with that. So you have to be on the same page, so that when your partner is writing out check to give out, you don't feel bad. You don't be like, oh, you are not meeting my needs, but you are paying tithe. Then you also have to talk about how to help family members, because you can be in the, some people, they are in the home, they've not met the basic needs, but they are more after their extended family. Extended family is beautiful. That's where we come from. But we also have to plan on how to include them in our finances. We have to prioritize. When they call for help, we have to know which one is more, which needs immediate attention. Because some family members, they just want to be getting stuff from you. So long as you are giving the money, they feel like you have the money stored somewhere and it's their entitlement. So they have to call you at their wish to get that money. And if you are not getting it, it becomes trouble. Some will start acting so nice just to make you feel like they care for you, but in reality they don't even care about you. It's just what they are getting from you. So you have to discuss with your partner, how do we spend our money? How do we help extended family members? So if their need is very important, yes, we can sacrifice ours. We can just hold on and meet their need if it's pressing. But if it's not pressing, that we have something pressing in our own immediate family, we have to take care of our family first before the immediate family. And it's okay to say no to them, that this is not the best time. So some people, they, out of emotion, they misprioritize. They suffer their immediate family just to satisfy the extended family. Bills are not paid, school fees are not paid, daycares are not paid, there's no food in the house. But because there's someone who is greedy out there, who wants to grab everything, they will keep calling. Their problem is never ending. What I tell people, to help yourself, try as much as possible to take care of your immediate family. Like, settle them. Make sure they have something going for themselves, or if they have a monthly allowance, this is something you all will plan, agree on, and then you give it to them, you take care, so that there won't be too much calling, asking, requesting, and all that. Because if you're not meeting that need, you become the bad person, or either they label the wife or they label the husband as an intruder, as someone who is stopping them from getting what they are used to from their brother or from their sister. It could be vice versa, and that's how trouble creeps into a family, But in reality, they don't even understand that you have your own needs to meet. Then some family members, they will start to fight the girl, thinking, oh, you are not letting our brother do the things he was used to doing for us. And they forget that their brother now has responsibility to meet. The same thing if the girl has is wealthy, the girl's family will start to fight the man, that, oh, you are taking everything from our sister. In fact, you married her because of her money, and then there will not be peace in the home. So it's important that there should be balance. There should be communication. How we help in the family is being communicated. Then so this financial discussion is very important. It's very solid discussion that should be done before people embark in a relationship, so that you don't base off on assumption. You know what you are going into it. You know how your partner wants the money to be spent. So if we have that understanding, it's going to save us a whole lot of a whole lot of headaches. So I hope that this video blesses someone. I was going to have someone coming to talk about it, but I think he said he had an emergency, but we'll see. If he comes back on, then I can come back again, then we'll talk about it. Otherwise, pray that you have a blessed day. I pray that God's wisdom will rest on you, will rest on your family. Pray that you'll be well prepared before settling down, before going into marriage. Yeah, you talk about your finances, very, very important, and about investment. What do we invest in? I pray that this video blesses you. Do have a blessed, a wonderful weekend. I love you as always. Bye for now.